Hallo groot Els. Ek gaan met julle gesels oor hierdie mondeling, hoe jy jou voorbereide toespraak moet skryf and how you must prepare for it or record your video so that you can get good marks for this prepared speech. So very important, bear with me. It's a lot what ma'am needs to say and also a lot of the topics what I need to explain to you. Hang on. Ons gaan gou kyk na wat die voorbereide toespraak is en wat al die reëlings is ten opsigte van hierdie toespraak. So remember now you have only screenshots of the instructions. So ma'am will tell you exactly what to do and I will explain all the topics and then you can write your oral and then you can practice to do it. Because you need to do a lot of research to write the correct content before you will be able to practice how to do the speech. So dit is nou by die begin. Wat moet ek doen? What is it what you must do? Where do you start? What is the necessary things to look at? Hang on, grade 11s. First of all, you are going to choose one of the topics and you are going to write your speech which is 2 to 3 minutes long. So jy gaan een van die onderwerpe kies en jy gaan 'n toespraak skryf wat ten minste so 2 of 3 minute lank is. Tydens hierdie toespraak moet jy gebruik maak van sleutelkaarte. So you have to use key cards. Very important. Jy mag nie hierdie toespraak lees nie. Remember grade 11s, it's a speech, not a prepared reading. That's why it is necessary for you to make eye contact with your audience. What you must do when you are done sending or email me the video, you need to submit on the 23rd in a plastic bag the following items. Die geheuekaartjies, your key cards, die getikte or maybe the written page of your speech, a bronnenlys. People, it's important to have a list of the sources what you have used in your speech. En afskrifte van jou hulpmiddels. If you used, for example, a poster, I want just a photocopy of it, so that ma'am can see it is truly your work. Onthou, please remember, die gebruik van hulpmiddels is verpligtend. You have to use the helping tools, like the poster, like the key cards. It's a must. En, baie belangrik ook, die sources. A source is ook a hulpmiddel. So you have to Google to get information about the topics. You will see why. The topics is not easy things that you just can talk and give an opinion. You have to get information so that according to that information you can give your opinion about. Maak oogkontak met jou gehoor tydens jou toespraak. If you record a video, of course you have to look into the camera, because when ma'am is going to listen to your recording, it's for me. I need you to make eye contact with me, and that's why it is important that you have to look into the camera. Doen navorsing oor jou onderwerp, and it is important that you refer to that source in your speech. So So you have to do research. And one of the type of research or sources what you are going to looking up must be an Afrikaans source. For example, Marula Media, where there's maybe newspaper article about the topic, or maybe News 24, or maybe Huisgenoot. It must be an Afrikaans source, or even maybe an Afrikaans newspaper, or magazine article, but it must be an Afrikaans source. Then remember that the content must be in a logical order. Mense, dit moet in 'n logiese volgorde georganiseer word. Want jy moet 'n standpunt stel. You have to make a point and prove that point. Ma'am will show you just now with the planning and writing of the speech what the correct order is. Hang on, it's not difficult. Onthou, 'n goeie inleiding en slot is belangrik. Important to tell me what is your introduction and what is your ending, your conclusion. Now I'm going to discuss the topics with you. Ons gaan nou gou kyk na die temas en seker maak dat jy die temas verstaan. Jy moet besluit oor een van die volgende onderwerpe en dan jou toespraak skryf, wat jy dan nou later jou video van gaan maak of voor juffrou gaan kom praat. The first topic is about the wearing of masks. The wearing of masks for COVID-19 had changed our life. Het die dra van maskers vir COVID-19 ons lewens verander. People, think about what I said last year with the long lockdown. Doctors was in a state because they don't have any patients during the winter for flu. People didn't actually get sick due to the fact that we wear masks that help us not to get sick. It was not only to avoid to get COVID-19, it was also not to get sick at all. So there was something positive in wearing mask. So just do some research on the mask. What is the correct mask to wear? What did they say is right? What is safe? And so on. What must people do if they have glasses? What must people do? Or what the opinions was of people who prefer to wear the shields? You can look for information like that, and then you can tell me what your outlook is according to the fact that the wearing of masks help us and change our lives, not only for COVID-19, but you can also go to the negative side and you can tell it's irritating to wear a mask. It's not nice, it's sweaty. People who have problems with their skins get pimples and so on. The oxygen what you actually lose and the koolstof, die suurstof, koolstofdioksied van jou eie asem wat jy inasem and stuff like that. You will find a lot of things what I said about this topic. But remember to write down who's the person and who said what, so that you can write that information as a source. The second topic is about the impact of climate change on our agriculture system. So die invloed van klimaatsverandering op ons landboustelsel. You will also find a lot of information on the internet about that. And just this morning, there was a news headline about the fact that the people in the Karoo has a problem with water and that they are maybe on a 0 point, a 0%, where they stare the problem in the eyes, that they actually do not will have water very soon for just normal use in their householdings. Then there was a lot said about all the vaccines. Now we talk here about inentings against COVID. Is dit regtig nodig? But you can also, in your research, looking forward for all the information what they actually found in research many years ago for other sick illness and the children, like the polio. Polio was 'n siekte wat kinders se groei van hulle bene aangetast het, laat kinders nie normaal kon loop nie. Dit was 'n baie slegte siekte. So there's a slukstof, something what you need to drink from other klinieke before you get 7 years old. Since you're a baby, you have to go on a regular basis for all your vaccinations. So it's not only about COVID. Do some research on all the other things, and then you will see how it actually, what information you will get on this one. This one can be an interesting one. Then, number 4 is not a very lacquer one for me, because I do not want you to get involved with politics and people point of views according to politics. It's just a normal speech what you can use, where you can say out of your point of view, if we still do have honest leaders in our country. And if you know about someone who's very nice and honest, tell me the name, tell me who's the person and what he or she does. But very important, don't tell about what all the people did, like you know about a story of old President Jacob Zuma and all the things what they tell in the media about him. People, that's negative. Ma'am, don't want to hear that. Try to stay positive and try to find a positive, honest leader and tell me about that person. Right, then, careers for the future differ from those of 5 years ago. Do you agree with this statement or do you disagree? Now, people, remember, careers and the challenges in careers change yearly, daily, monthly. If you think about the technology, about IT, how did that change? If you think about the fact that with some careers, some type of jobs we can do from home via internet, and with the type of forum meetings via the platform of Zoom or Skype or whatsoever. But also, remember, a career like being a teacher, for example, it differs from what it was 5 years ago. And also you can bring in the influence of COVID on that. Alright, so this is what you think about this statement, if you agree and if you disagree. But first you need to do some research to get all your facts, and then you can come and tell me what is your point of view. Another one is the one about circumstances in SA. Circumstances changed a lot, grade 11s. So in SA, we actually find that some of the families stay, or they share more in these days, a home. And then there's, for example, 5 families in that home. And each family have one room, and now they have to share that. They have to share the kitchen. They have to share the bathroom. Due to because of several reasons. Circumstances like maybe they are poor. Maybe they lost their job due to COVID or so on. So omstandighede in Suid-Afrika het gesinne gedwing, it forced families to actually share a home. So get some research on that and then you tell me what your opinion is about this. Then, the old one about crime in SA. Do you agree that crime in SA increases? If you do, then you must tell me why you say so. So, you get your statistics, you get stories, even in our direct community, people. Why do people get more alarm systems? You remember sometimes the job of the police is also difficult, and all the things that happen is not always reported to the police, so they can't keep that stats, the statistics. So this is also a one that is very wide. It all depends on from what type of point of view you want to look to this topic of crime in SA increases. Then the last topic, at number 8, you can choose your own topic. Anything that is not named in this other 7 topics, what you prefer to talk about. But remember now, you must tell me exactly when you write your speech and when you try to speech, what is your topic on this. That is very important for ma'am to know. I will show you now an example of one of the grade 10 learners who actually choose his own topic. It was just in the lockdown time last year, no, the year before that, in 2019. How did he actually decide to choose his own topic and how he actually was very successful with that. Right, nou kom dit by die voorbereiding. Hoe moet jy voorberei met hierdie speech van jou? What must you do to prepare well for your speech? First of all, you have to get a clearly idea of the content of your topic. Jy moet 'n duidelike idee hê van die inhoud van jou onderwerp. So dis hoekom dit belangrik is to do research. Get your articles, get the information, take information from some of your sources so that you can put some ideas together. That's the second point. Samel genoeg inligting in. People, you can't try to get or to give me an opinion about something with just one source. You must get at least 3 different type of sources. That might be a question, you might be wonder about it, ma'am. How many sources must I get? Try to get at least 3 sources so that you can take the main idea out of that source and build your statement, what you want to make around that. Maak 'n breinkaart. Now you start putting everything together. So write down a mind map so that you just have some framework to put your ideas together so that you know what to say and to put the meat around this skeleton. Nee, ons maak 'n breinkaart sodat jy eers 'n paar idees het, so geraamtetjie met 'n paar gerowwe idees en dan sit jy vir hom vleis om. Onthou mense, die formaat is belangrik. What is the format of a speech? Just like with any essay or letter what you write in creative writing, you write a speech. So then you need to follow inleiding, liggaam en 'n slot. Dit is belangrik. Juffrou wil dit sien. Hier het ek vir jou 'n voorbeeld van waar jy nou 'n tipe van 'n breinkaart kan maak. In the middle, you put your topic, then you start in the blue circle is my introduction, jou inleiding, then you start your first argument in die liggaam, jy brei uit, jy refer to a source, then you do it in the second red circle, then in the third red circle, and then at last in the green circle here, die slot the conclusion. Where do you stop here with this speech of you? Okay, this is just to help you, to tell you more what is the information about. If you write your speech, people remember, it can't be just a storytjie. Ek wil nie 'n storytjie hoor nie. Jy moet redeneer. You must reason about your topic. So, hier's 'n formaat waar jy dit in hierdie blok kan gebruik. First, you write your heading, jou opskrif. In your first paragraph is the introduction. Wat jy dan doen is, you introduce what your topic is, so that the audience can hear, okay, this is what we are going to talk about, we're going to hear that. Then, in the rest of the paragraphs, what is about your body, you must tell me what your reasonings actually is. You must order that in a logical order, where you have your arguments, where you state that clearly, and where you're trying to stick with your topic. Each argument, when you write it in a new paragraph, so that you use that new argument on a new key card. And then you end with a treffende slot, a lovely conclusion.
Goed, met die inhoud van jou toespraak is dit belangrik that you use a specific technique to draw the attention of your audience. For example, use the name dames en here. Het u geweet dat die dra van 'n masker kan verhoed dat ek en u siek word en selfs 'n siekte soos 'n gewone verkoue of griep kry? With that saying, people, you make a statement and then you are going to prove it with the facts or the information what you actually got from a source. And then you take that info of your source and put it in a statement or whatsoever. That's why it's important there at the second line to name your source and how you want to use it in your speech. For example, die wie, you name the person's name and waar, where he or she works, the date of a conference of what they maybe wrote the article or something like that, and then what did they say about this? And then you use that examples of the source from out of your own experience. And yeah, you can use some humor to make sure that your audience stay interested in what you are going to say. So as jy humor gebruik, sorg net dat dit by die inhoud pas. Moenie 'n grappie vertel wat simpel is nie. So hou net by 'n klein sê dingetjie. Soos byvoorbeeld, jy gaan nou sê, volgens professor Piet Pompies van die Universiteit van Pretoria, tydens die Kaapstadse konferensie in Desember 2020, is die dra van die maskers nie net iets wat 'n pyn in die agterend is nie, maar dis nogal voordelig en kan party van ons 2 keer na jouself laat kyk. Party mense wil ons nou hier byvoorbeeld 'n gesiggie opsit van een of ander nar, of ander wil vir ons wys hy het skeletons in die kas. Okay, so with that statement, it is sort of a referral to the different type of mask what people actually use. And you just start with a statement where a very clever person said, yeah, wear the mask, it can cause that you get sick. But also, you know that people wear different type of mask with a picture on, and you look twice to that person, especially those who have the skeleton face on, or maybe a different type of mouth. I don't know what they call it, but you can find that in your sources, and then you can just bring it in. But that is where you can maybe
make a joke or refer to that type of things people do. Then people, Ma'am is not going to read this one for one. I just want to tell you, when you use your voice, make sure that you talk hard enough. Make sure that when you make a statement, that you use the articulation of your words that is duidelijk. Ma'am can hear you clearly. And also that the tempo of your voice it fits with the content. If you make a very interesting or a huge statement, use a pause to get an effect, and use some type of words where you can put some beklemtoning on. And while you're doing that, use your key cards when you practice that to help you with this speech. Jou styl moet oorredend wees, people. Your language must fit with your type of topic what you have, what you decide you are going to do. If it is serious, then your language, jou taalgebruik, moet dan serious wees. And yeah, you can use some idioms or Afrikaans expressions. Do that. That will help your speech a lot. Met gebare notas bedoel juffrou net, that's where you use your key cards. Or maybe you refer to your PowerPoint or a poster or something like that. You can do that. And the last point there, gehoor kontak. Remember, if you make a video, it's important that you look into the camera. That is your audience. Stay natural and keep your self-confidence. Be enthusiastic about this. You have to try to convince the audience about this problem. Here's an example of Jeremiah Fourie. He was in grade 10 in HTS Steine Technies. The one thing what he did here with his video, what ma'am would not prefer you do, is look at the background. Yeah, it's neatly, but I don't want to see that background in your room. So just stand in front of a wall or get the other type of background for you. Or you can put your PowerPoint there on a screen, and then you can use that as a background when you're standing in front of it while someone help you to make the video. His topic was...
Goeiedag, ek sê Jeremiah Fourie van HTS Voorbereide. My onderwerp is dit gesond om die hele dag binne jou huis opgesluit te wees? Wel, as dit net vir een dag is, sal dit seker nie veel skade doen nie. Maar om meer as een dag nie sonnig op jou vel te voel nie, doen meer skade as goed. Hier is 'n paar skokkende feite wat jy dalk volgende keer 2 keer sal herinner, om eerder vir die rekenaar of TV-skerm te sit, as om tyd buite in die sonlig te verkeer. Volgens die Wêreldgesondheidsorganisasie, wat ons nou forceer om in ons huise opgesluit te sit, weens die COVID-pandemie, is daar 4,3 miljoen sterftes jaarliks as gevolg van binnemuurse 12% van hierdie sterftes is as gevolg van kinderpneumonia en 34% is as gevolg van die inaseming van mikroskopiese stofdeeltjies binne in die huis self. So trotseer maar daai ysbere die winter en maak die vensters oop vir die vars lug om in te kom. Al ooit gewonder wat gebeur met jou immuunstelsel? Dis 'n ander pandemie van epidermiese proporsies. 'n Groot epidemie is die tekort aan sonlig. Sonlig help jou liggaam om Vitamiin D te vervaardig, maar help ook om jou gemoed te lig. So volgende keer as jy jou broer of suster wil vermoor, gaan loop 'n draai en kry 'n bietjie die son op jou vel. Sonlig verbeter en versterk ook die liggaam se immuunstelsel en verminder inflammasie. Soos die Liewe Vader vir ons die natuur geskaap het, help dit ons ook om nie depressief te word nie. 'n Gesonde dosis van groenplante kan jou help om depressie te beveg. Dit verhoog jou energievlakke en verbeter jou algehele gevoel van welstand. Studies het bevind dat mense wat gereeld draf, fietsry of sommer net bietjie gaan wandel vir oefening, geestelik meer gesond is as mense wat heeldag binne verkeer. Met die COVID-pandemie waar almal langer binne moet bly as om tyd buite te spandeer, gee aanleiding tot baie nuwe gevalle van hoë bloeddruk en diabetes, wat ernstige risikofaktore is van koronêre en hartsiektes. Studie het bevind om heeldag binne te verkeer kan lei tot verhoogde angsvlakke en stres wat die hartritme verhoog, wat kan lei tot ernstige hartprobleme. En ek praat nie van die soort wat jy voel as jou meisie of jou kerel jou verlos het nie. En dan die laaste punt, om nie eers te praat van jou rug of spinale kolom nie. As jy heeldag binne verkeer, sit jy die hele dag ergens of op 'n bed, 'n bank of 'n stoel. Hierdie gesittery lei tot dubbel die intradiskale druk op jou spinale kolom as wanneer jy staan. Kan jy glo, om te sit tot 275 kg diskale druk op jou spinale kolom. Dis omtrent 3 keer die meeste van julle se gewig. Studies het bevind dat as jy 1 uur minder per dag sit en eerder staan, dit tot 54% rug- en nekpyn kan verminder. Dus is dit regtig so 'n goeie idee om opgesluit in jou huis te bly.
Okay, so here about the video. Ma'am just telling you, if you do the video, you need to hand that in on the 23rd of April or email that to me, and you need to bring me that plastic pocket of all that papers and proof of your sources in, and then that is my email address. You can email it to me, your video, and I will download it from there and listen to your video to give you a good mark. If you have any questions about the rubric and you want to know what ma'am is going to mark, let me know and I will send a copy of the rubric for you on our WhatsApp group. Good luck, grade 11s. I know it will went well. You are an awesome group. Bye.